Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive into making your Firebase database work offline. This tutorial is designed for beginners, so we'll break everything down step by step with code examples. What is offline persistence and why use it? Firebase real-time database and Cloud Firestore are designed to be used in real time, which means they excel when your app has a stable internet connection. However, in many real-world scenarios, users may experience intermittent or no connectivity. Offline persistence allows your app to continue functioning, to a certain extent, even when offline. Here's how it works. 1. Data caching ** Firebase SDK automatically caches a local copy of the data that your app has already accessed from the online database. 2. Offline operations * When your app is offline, any read operations are served from the local cache. Write operations, adding, updating, deleting data, are queued locally. 3. Synchronization * When the device regains internet connectivity, the Firebase SDK automatically synchronizes the local changes with the online database. This happens in the background. If any conflicts occur, example another user modified the same data while you were offline, Firebase handles the resolution according to your configured conflict resolution strategy, usually last right wins. Benefits of offline persistence * Improved user experience * Apps feel more responsive and less frustrating because they can still access data and allow users to interact even when there's no internet. Data reliability * Users can create and modify data offline, knowing that it will be synchronized when connectivity is restored. Reduced network usage * After the initial data load, the app can rely on the local cache for most operations, reducing the need to constantly fetch data from the server. Firebase offline persistence tutorial, noob friendly. We'll focus on Firebase real-time database for this example. The principles are similar for Cloud Firestore, but the configuration and some of the code will differ. Prerequisites * 1. Firebase project * You'll need a Firebase project set up. If you don't have one, create one in the Firebase console, https://console.firebase.google.com/ https://console.firebase.google.com. 2. Android Studio, or your preferred IDE. You'll need Android Studio, or your preferred IDE for Android development, installed. 3. Firebase SDK * You'll need to add the Firebase real-time database SDK to your Android project. Step 1. Add Firebase to your Android project. The easiest way to add Firebase to your Android project is using the Firebase Assistant in Android Studio. 1. Open Android Studio * Create a new Android project or open an existing one. 2. Firebase Assistant * Go to Tools - Firebase. 3. Real-time database * In the Firebase Assistant pane, expand Real-time database. 4. Save and retrieve data * Click on Save and retrieve data with Real-time database. 5. Connect to Firebase * Click the Connect to Firebase button. This will open a browser window where you can sign in to your Google account and select your Firebase project. 6. Add the real-time database to your app * Click the Add real-time database to your app button. Android Studio will automatically add the necessary dependencies to your build.gradle module app file. 7. Sync project with Gradle files * Android Studio will prompt you to sync your project with the Gradle files. Click Sync now. Step 2. Enable offline persistence in your application class. Firebase real-time database offline persistence needs to be enabled once when your application starts. The best place to do this is in your application class. If you don't have one, you'll need to create it. 1. Create application class, if you don't have one. Asterisk right-click on your project's Java folder in the app module, and create a new Java class. Asterisk name it something like My Application. 2. Modify Android manifest.xml asterisk tell Android that you're using this application class. Open Android manifest.xml and add the Android name attribute to the application tag. 3. Enable persistence asterisk in your myApplication.java class, add the following code. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk extends application, this makes myApplication the application class for your app. Asterisk on create, this method is called when your application starts. Asterisk Firebase database.get instance, .set persistence enabled, true, this line enables offline persistence for the Firebase real-time database. Crucially, you must call this before any other Firebase real-time database operations in your app. Step 3, read and write data, simple example. Now, let's create a simple example to read and write data to Firebase and see how offline persistence works. We'll create a simple app that allows you to enter a message and save it to Firebase, and then display the message in a text view. 1. Modify activity_main.xml asterisk add an edit text, a button, and a text view to your layout. 2. Modify main activity.java asterisk add the following code to your main activity.java file. Explanation asterisk. Asterisk initialization asterisk we initialize the views from our layout. Asterisk Firebase reference asterisk we get a database reference to the messages node in your Firebase database. If the messages node doesn't exist, Firebase will create it when you first write data to it. Asterisk write data asterisk when the save button is clicked, we get the text from the edit text and use database reference.set value, message, to save it to Firebase. Asterisk read data asterisk we use database reference.add value event listener, to listen for changes to the data at the messages node. This listener will be called initially with the current value, if any, and then again whenever the value changes. Inside onDataChange, we get the message using datasnapshot.getValue, string.class, and update the text view. Step 4, test offline persistence. 1. Run the app asterisk run the app on your Android device or emulator. 2. Enter a message and click save. The message should appear in the text view. This confirms that data is being written to and read from Firebase. 3. Disconnect from the internet asterisk disable Wi-Fi and/or cellular data on your device or emulator. 4. Enter a new message and click save again even though you're offline, the new message should immediately appear in the text view. This is because the data is being written to the local cache. 5. Close and reopen the app asterisk force close your app and then reopen it. The new message you saved offline should still be there in the text view. This confirms that the local cache is persisting the data. 6. Reconnect to the internet asterisk re-enable Wi-Fi and/or cellular data. 7. Observe synchronization asterisk after a short delay, the changes you made offline will automatically be synchronized with the Firebase database. You can confirm this by checking your Firebase console, the message should be updated there. Important considerations asterisk. Asterisk disk space asterisk offline persistence uses local storage on the device. Be mindful of the amount of data you're caching, especially for large data sets. Firebase automatically manages the size of the cache, but you can also configure it. Asterisk data staleness asterisk offline data can become stale if it's not synchronized regularly. Consider implementing a mechanism to refresh the data periodically when the device is online. Asterisk complex data structures asterisk offline persistence works well with simple data types, strings, numbers, booleans. For complex objects, ensure that your classes properly implement serializable or parcelable, or consider using Firebase's built-in data modeling techniques to flatten your data. Conflict resolution. Firebase handles data conflicts automatically using a last right wins strategy by default. If you need more sophisticated conflict resolution, you may need to implement custom logic on the server side. Security rules. Your Firebase security rules still apply when the app is offline. Ensure that your rules are configured to prevent unauthorized access to your data. If you have very strict security rules, offline persistence might not work as expected until the user authenticates. Advanced topics, beyond noob level. Configuring cache size. You can control the amount of disk space used for caching. Listen for connection status. You can listen for connection status changes to adapt your app's behavior based on whether the device is online or offline. Data prioritization. You can prioritize certain data for caching to ensure that the most important data is always available offline. Transactions. Transactions in Firebase allow you to perform atomic updates to multiple pieces of data. Transactions can be used offline, but they may be retried multiple times when the device reconnects to the internet. Troubleshooting. Persistence not enabled. Make sure you call Firebase database.getInstance, .set persistence enabled, true, in your application class before any other Firebase operations. This is the most common mistake. Gradle sync errors. If you get errors when syncing your Gradle files, double check that you've correctly added the Firebase SDK dependencies. Try cleaning and rebuilding your project. Data not persisting. If data is not being saved offline, check your code for any exceptions or errors. Also, verify that your Android manifest.xml file correctly references your application class. This tutorial provides a solid foundation for understanding and using Firebase real-time database offline persistence in your Android apps. Experiment with the code, explore the advanced topics, and you'll be well on your way to building robust and reliable offline capable applications. Good luck.